The domain mode in rectangular waveguide is A TE01, B TE02, C TE10, D trademark 11. The correct answer is TE10. The reverse voltage applied to a Varactor diode A is less than avalanche breakdown voltage. B is more than avalanche breakdown voltage. C may be more or less than avalanche breakdown voltage. D is very high as compared to avalanche breakdown voltage. The correct answer is less than avalanche breakdown voltage. To ensure that only dominant mode TE10 is allowed to propagate in an air-filled rectangular waveguide, the lower frequency limit and upper frequency limit are A about 25 above Fc for TE10 and 5 below Fc for TE20 mode respectively. B about 50 above Fc for TE10 and 25 below Fc for TE20 mode respectively. C about 25 above Fc for TE10 and 25 below Fc for TE20 mode respectively. D none of the above. The correct answer is about 25 above Fc for TE10 and 5 below Fc for TE20 mode respectively. The skin depth at 1000 MHz as compared to that at 500 MHz is A2, B12, C 0.707, D 0.5. The correct answer is 0.707. In a TWT, the amplitude of resultant wave traveling down the helix remains constant. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. In the given figure, forward current wave has a magnitude of A 0.45A, B 0.3A, C 0.2A, D 0.1A. The correct answer is 0.3A. In an infinite line, the input impedance at every point is equal to characteristic impedance. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is true. Consider the following time parameters: A1, 2 and 3, B1 and 2 only, C1 and 3 only, D2 and 3 only. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. Pin diode has A P and N layers separated by I layer, B P and N layers separated by I layer, C P and N layers separated by I layer, D none of the above. The correct answer is P and N layers separated by I layer. The two terms used to describe performance of a directional coupler are A coupling and directivity, B gain and coupling, C gain and directivity, D gain and isolation. The correct answer is coupling and directivity. The number of PM radio channels which can be accommodated in a spectrum of 300 MHz is about A10, B100, C500, D1000 and 500. The correct answer is 1500. Consider the following statements: A1, 2 and 3, B1 and 2 only, C2 and 3 only, D1 and 3 only. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. In the given figure shows the equivalent circuit of a magic T. If all ports are matched, ANENH2, BNENH 0.707, CNE2NH 0.707, DNH 0.707 NH2. The correct answer is NENH2. A 75 ohm line is first short terminated and minima locations are noted. Then the short is replaced by resistive load and minima location are again noted. If minima location are not altered and VSWR is 3, the value of resistive load is A25, B50, C 225, D 250. The correct answer is 225. The word LORAN means A. Long-range navigation, B. Long-range TV transmission, C. Long-range cable transmission, D. Either B or C. The correct answer is long-range navigation. In the given figure, forward voltage wave has a magnitude A 90 V, B 60 V, C 30 V, D 10 V. The correct answer is 30 V. The duty cycle of a radar transmitter is equal to A. PRF pulse width, B. PRF pulse width, C. pulse width PRF, D. pulse width PRF. The correct answer is PRF pulse width. In a klystron amplifier, the bunching effect A. converts velocity modulation into current modulation of beam, B. converts current modulation into velocity modulation of beam, C. both C and B, D. neither A nor B. The correct answer is converts velocity modulation into current modulation of beam. Out of modes TE20 and TE30 of propagation of electromagnetic engery, A. both have the same cutoff frequency, B. TE20 has lower cutoff frequency as compared to TE30, C. TE30 has lower cutoff frequency as compared to TE20, D. either A or C. The correct answer is TE20 has lower cutoff frequency as compared to TE30. A TE10 rectangular waveguide is to be designed for operation over 25-35 GHz and the band center is 1.5 times the cutoff frequency. The dimension of broadside is A. 15 mm, B. 10 mm, C. 9 mm, D. 7.5 mm. The correct answer is 7.5 mm. In a klystron amplifier, the force on all electrons A. causes acceleration of all electrons, B. causes retardation of all electrons, C. causes acceleration of some electrons and retardation of others, D. none of the above. The correct answer is causes acceleration of some electrons and retardation of others. If load impedance ZL/Z0, then A. Z0 ZL VSWR, B. ZL Z0 VSWR, C. ZL Z0 VSWR1, D. ZL Z0 VSWR. The correct answer is ZL Z0 VSWR. The inductance of a twin feeder used to connect antenna to TV receiver is about A. 0.2 hm, B. 0.6 hm, C. 1.6 hm, D. 10 hm. The correct answer is 1.6 hm. When resonant cavities are coupled together, the result is A. 1 resonant frequency, B. n resonant frequencies, C. resonant frequencies, D. either B or C. The correct answer is n resonant frequencies. The radiation resistance of a circular loop of 1 turn is 0.01 ohm. For 5-turn loop, the radiation resistance is A. 0.002, B. 0.01, C. 0.05, D. 0.25. The correct answer is 0.25. As wavelength decrease, the size of high directivity antenna A. decreases, B. increases, C. is not affected, D. either B or C. The correct answer is decreases. Which of the following modes of transmission will not be supported by a rectangular waveguide? A. TE15, B. TE12, C. trademark 11, D. trademark 10. The correct answer is trademark 10. In a circular waveguide with radius r, the dominant mode is A. Trademark 01. B. TE01. C. Trademark 11. D. TE11. The correct answer is TE01. A parametric amplifier uses A. Nonlinear resistance, B. Nonlinear reactance, C. Either A or B, D. Neither A nor B. The correct answer is nonlinear reactance. Which one of the following can be used for amplification of microwave energy? A. TWT, B. magnetron, C. reflex klystron, D. gun diode. The correct answer is TWT. At frequencies of 10 MHz and higher, the impedance represented by ground is primarily A. resistive, B. inductive, C. capacitive, D. partly resistive and partly capacitive. The correct answer is capacitive. A disadvantage of microstrip line as the connections of compared to strip line is that former A. do not lend themselves to printed circuit, B. are more likely to radiate, C. are bulky, D. are more expensive and complex. The correct answer is are more likely to radiate. As frequency increases, the transmission efficiency A. decreases, B. increases, C. is not affected, D. either A or C. The correct answer is increases. A circular polarizer converts a linearly polarized wave into a circularly polarized wave. A. true, B. false, C. D. The correct answer is true. If D is diameter of circular waveguide, the cutoff wavelength for TE11 mode is equal to A. 1.706 D, B. 2.11 D, C. 0.82 D, D. 0.41 D. The correct answer is 1.706 D. The external magnetic field in a magnetron is such that lines are A. parallel to the axis of cathode, B. perpendicular to the axis of cathode, C. inclined to the axis of cathode, D. either B or C. The correct answer is parallel to the axis of cathode. Varactor diodes use A. silicon, B. GaAs, C. either A or B, D. neither A nor B. The correct answer is either A or B. A circular waveguide carries TE11 mode. Whole radial electric field is given by Er E0j1r sin Vm, where r is radial distance in cm from the axis. The cutoff wavelength is A. 10 cm, B. 3 pcm, C. 2 pcm, D. 8 cm. The correct answer is 10 cm. A radar has a maximum range of 120 km. The maximum allowable pulse repetition frequency for unambiguous reception is A. 1250, B. 330, C. 2500, D. 8330. The correct answer is 1250. In a line with finite attenuation, A. power transmission is least efficient when there are no standing waves on the line. B. power transmission is most efficient when there are no standing waves on line. C. load power depends on phase constant. D. standing waves will always exist on the line. The correct answer is power transmission is most efficient when there are no standing waves on line. In the given figure, a short-circuited transmission line resonator if N123, A. for series resonance LNP and for parallel resonance, B. for series resonance and for parallel resonance LNP, C. LNP for both series and parallel resonance, D. for both series and parallel resonance. The correct answer is for series resonance LNP and for parallel resonance. The electric field in a TWT due to applied signal A is directed along the helix axis. B is directed radially from helix axis. C is inclined to the helix axis by about 60. D is inclined to the helix axis by about 45. The correct answer is directed along the helix axis.